Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Gears and Glory for our second episode of the year. We thought we would make this a little bit fun and
there's nothing going on. There's no races. So we're left with the scraps that apparently take it away. This is what the scraps are.
Yeah, we thought it would be fun to look at some of the drivers' haircuts that they have gotten over the summer/winter break, wherever you are in the world and what it is for you, and review them because they're not great, to be honest.
I'm realizing we're a podcast and these are images. So watch us on YouTube and Instagram. We'll try and like describe them. It's not, and I let it be known, I think these guys are great. I do. I fear some of the cosmetic decisions that they've made have not been the most flattering lately.
No, agreed. So yeah, you might want to pause this, go play it on YouTube to get the full experience because Sophia's going to show us some pictures while we're talking.
Yeah,
I've
got it locked and loaded.
But
the computer's here
to describe.
All right, so we're gonna hit, and I'd like to apologize because I love these guys. I think they're great. I think they should have gotten a different haircut, but we're gonna hit, and I feel bad for saying hit, but that's kind of what we're punching down here. I feel bad.
We are.
It's I don't know if y'all have seen it. Pierre's haircut is interesting. We've got apparently Jack Doohan also cut his hair. In a turn of events, Liam Lawson cut his hair. This one's it's something to talk about. I don't think it was a bad decision. And we've got, who else am I missing? Oh, Oscar? I just want to talk about Lando's haircut too. And Oscar. So we've got all of Alpine, all of McLaren, half of oh my god. Half of what list did I say?
Alpine, McLaren, and Red Bull.
Both of them? Half of Red Bull. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the five blokes that we're talking about. Okay. Blokes, I say, as if I've said that my whole life. Certainly haven't.
Yeah, we're Liv and I are rubbing off on Sophia. She's starting to pick up some Aussie slang.
It's happening. All right. Let's save Liam for very last. We can end on a high note.
Okay, we'll save Pierre for second last because he's arguably the worst.
Then let's start with McLaren. So McLaren, we've got this image. I'm blowing it up. It's Oscar. But I don't know what about this haircut makes him look like Megamind. And for anyone who's just listening, everything is just swept back. And I feel like it's the idea of perhaps what might be in the men's haircut field called a soft taper, but it is far too heavy on the top.
Much too heavy on the top.
It's just, I think he has really, really thick, like, quantity of hair. Not, like, necessarily the strands themselves, but, like, he looks like he's a lot of hair, and so I think it just gets heavy.
I feel like, as well, looking at the picture itself, okay, the angle that we've got, he's got a little bit of tuft coming out the back, which makes me think
it looks long.
Is it a slight mullet? Because if that's the case,
I guess
it makes sense if the top is longer. However, it makes his head look very large. You know,
his forehead. It's not doing him any favors, and he has a normal sized forehead.
Yeah,
I'll stand by that.
Yeah, that part is not doing any favors to him. It needs get the side part away, please, Oscar.
Yeah. This is a call to Nicole Piastri or Hattie Piastri. First of all, help him. Second of all, can we get a 360? I want to see all the angles.
Please, I wish that Oscar posted his barber's POV like Lando did. Because
oh god,
that's what I need to see. Just to be sure what we're working with.
It just looks like there's a lot. I just think he has a lot of hair and he needs to have a haircut that suits the quantity of hair that he has.
I feel like
to be fair, I don't know. To be fair, I think Lando's haircut makes sense for his hair texture. I just don't like it, personally.
I agree. I think Lando styles it fine, but I feel like Oscar, it's almost as if he's like kept the same haircut that he's had since
he was a little
like
boy.
a little boy.
Yeah.
And I feel like he just
No,
needs
I'm sure
to,
that's what happened.
you know, bring it down a little to the front, kind of like Charles.
Something.
You know?
Or like do the swooshes that they do like well, we'll get there, like Jack Doohan's hair used to be. Allegedly. I don't know. I'm afraid.
He kind
But
of has
okay, so
similar hair to like Carlos, where it's really heavy on the top, but it sweats
maybe
in a
he's going
different way.
for that vibe.
Like, I feel like, because Oscar looks great with the long hair. I feel like it suits him. But I feel like he's got the same, he's going for the same vibe as Carlos, but he hasn't got there yet.
Maybe he's growing it out. Maybe he's in some in-between phase and he's going for like a flow, as they say, as I believe they're called.
See, because like I'm just looking at Carlos now, but see, I feel like if he did something like that, you know, a little bit more into the forehead, a little bit
layers.
longer.
That's what he needs. He needs layers. I think it's all one length right now. I think that's what's happening.
He can work that.
I could look at Carlos Sainz forever. Carlos Sainz is a beautiful man.
He is indeed. But you know what? I'm standing by that. They have a similar hair
textures, I think.
You know?
Yeah.
Hairline. It's quite similar.
Yeah, that's true. And I was going to say, we've picked on one member of McLaren enough, we can swap to the other. And I swear, I don't actually hate Lando. I don't. Like, I swear, like, I think I said this in the last episode. If I saw him on the street, I absolutely would still get a picture.
Yeah.
Like, I still respect the guy. He's still in Formula One. I just, you know, there's 20 people. You can't love everyone, right? Well, anyway, let me, for anyone who's watching, it's just a picture of Lando from his barber's POV of his mullet, and I just don't like it. It is giving, and this is how I feel about mullets. I have two classifications for mullets. This is a very American, balloon for what I'm about to say is gonna be insane. So, and this is a very American reference of, I call them above the Mason-Dixon line mullets or below the Mason-Dixon line mullets. I don't know if you know what the Mason-Dixon line is.
I don't know who that is.
So the Mason-Dixon line is the line at which the U.S. was supposed to, like, they were, like, divided over slavery, and it was, like, the Deep South that wanted to secede, and then the North and the Union that was fighting against the South to abolish slavery. So I call them racist or not racist mullets, but I don't use that word explicitly. So if anybody wants to borrow that classification of a mullet, you know it when you see it.
Yeah, I feel like
I think the energy, I think the cut of an above the Mason-Dixon line mullet is here for Lando, but I don't know if his behavior is above the Mason-Dixon line all the time. And I don't know if it's his fault, you know? Like they did have Donald Trump in their garage, and that's, you know, like, we're not a political podcast, but you can unpack that as you would like.
Yeah.
And he just has very young, rich boy behavior, which I don't vibe with. And we all know I don't vibe with Lando. That's a recurring segment on this show, but like, it's fine. I don't like it, but it's fine. I think it's too tight on the sides, and then it gets poofy like straight out. It's like not tight enough to the top, but like it shouldn't be a mohawk either. Then it's just like a wide mohawk, and that's weird too.
Yeah, I feel like, so the kind of Australian equivalent, I guess, to that is like bogan or non-bogan, because you can
teach me.
You can.
What is bogan?
Bogan is like our version of like southern redneck. That's what we class as.
Okay.
That's what we call like that character here is bogans.
It's way less politically charged than the Mason-Dixon line reference.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So that's what we kind of like classify it as. And pretty much the bogan mullets here, they're like really long. Okay. Bogan to us is Valtteri Bottas what he's trying to be.
Oh, yes.
That,
I get it.
if we saw him walking on the street and he was not a famous person, bogan. But because it's Valtteri, we're like, oh, it's funny. You know, it's fine.
Yeah. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's a bit. But
he's also kind of like that. Because
he
he's out riding bikes and getting pulled over for speeding. I mean, any of them are, but...
Yeah. Back to Lando, though. I do think the mullet suits him. I do like the little curls. The perm. I think that
he's got the texture for it.
Yes. Yeah. I think he pulls it off. However, this particular cut of the mullet, I much prefer... I'm not a mullet fan. Not a mullet fan. But I don't hate the baby mullet, which is where they just do like the sides and they leave the back.
Yes. I agree.
So how
I'm in the same boat.
For the end of season awards, perfect.
Yeah, all right. Like, maybe I had like perfect. A jump scare. But he like took off his helmet and I got jump scared by his mullet. Like this, and I think it just like I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Still I don't know if it's just that I don't like him.
I feel like it's maybe contributing to your
perhaps
on mullet, which is fine. But yeah, I personally don't like how it looks right now, but I do prefer the mullet on him to his other haircut.
Yeah. I don't know. It's fine. It's fine. That's all I don't know. I don't know if maybe I liked it more before. Let me look at an older picture of Norris.
I don't know. I feel like look, it's the same for any man. Give a bad haircut 2 weeks and it looks fine.
Yeah.
So
you're actually, gosh, I think I like the mullet better, but I don't know.
Show me his older. What was before? Didn't he just have a fade?
It was just very poofy. Maybe that's too young. I think this is a reasonable photo. It just wasn't long in the back.
Oh, yeah. I like it better than that. I think it would go baby mullet top and then, like, normal mullet.
Well, yeah. Well, okay, because then he had baby Lando. Wow, transparent PNG. Baby Lando hair.
I can't deal with, like, 2019 Lando. I cannot.
Yeah. But, like, I don't know. He's kind of a baby in this, but his hair looks really nice when it's a little longer and, like, less styled. And, like, I guess he's just leaving it long on the back, but it's like the taper on the side doesn't go, like, up high enough for me, I feel like. Maybe that's what I don't like about it. I don't know. Actually, I think that might be what it is. I think that just the top of it might flop over a bit too much. I don't know.
Yeah, like a little bit more.
I like your haircut, I think.
Well, moving on. Who else do we have?
Yeah. I have another jump scare. I have Jack Doohan up on my computer. For those of you listening, Jack Doohan, I think, just took like a 6mm and just went down the middle and then like faded it on the sides. And he looks like he'd be in the military. He looks like he's in boot camp, which, like, sure, he is for Alpine, but like, we had something beautiful, Jack. We had something beautiful going on, and it was your hair.
I loved his long hair. He's done...
Maybe it doesn't make sense with a helmet, but it was glorious.
Well, actually, when I was looking up pictures of his new haircut, turns out that he actually shaved his head back in 2023 as well, and everyone... like...
Maybe he just does this. You know how some girls will, like, grow their hair out really, really long and then cut 12 inches off and donate it to cancer patients?
Yeah.
Maybe it's like that, except for he doesn't donate it because it's not long enough.
Maybe he's like, you know what? Well, to be fair, it is summer in Australia, and it's freaking hot here. So, maybe he's just too hot. Because he has been running a lot. I've seen a lot of people being like, oh, come run a marathon with me with F1 driver Jack Doohan. And I'm like, hello? Yeah, I think he's
No
just been
thanks, actually. I'll watch.
I'll walk, but I'm not running. I don't care
I
if
ran
Jack
1
Doohan...
mile yesterday, and I'm feeling it in, like, my airways. I'm like, gotta do that more often.
What's that?
Definitely slacked.
That's like 1.7 Ks, I think.
Mile 2 kilometers. Well, yeah, 1.6. Look at you.
Look at me go.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like it's something that he might do every once in a while, though. So, like, I guess there's that excuse, but also there's not really an excuse for that.
I don't know. I feel like he could have started his F1 career on a high. You know?
Not this haircut. He looks like my university was like up the road from a military base.
Mm-hmm.
And back in the day, back when I was on the apps, I saw way too many men with this haircut.
Yeah.
Just like trying to look for an excuse to get off base.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, thank you. I'm good. But
yeah. That is what it's giving, to be honest. It looks like he's being recruited in the summer holidays.
drafted, like against his will, like somebody did that to him, not he did that on purpose.
Yeah. Totally. I reckon he lost a bet.
Maybe. I don't know. And then we have the worst of them all. And it's a tragedy that Liv had a conflict because even Liv was suffering over this, and Liv loves Pierre. But Pierre did not ask us for permission to do this.
Sorry, Pierre, but please.
Just went and got the worst haircut ever. I don't even know how to do like descriptive text for this haircut. It just all caps bad.
Well, it is an all-over shave. So, similar to Jack, he's just taken,
a little longer on the top.
A number 2.
No fade.
And
no fade.
No fade. He's gone
straight
all
line.
round. It looks like he's always had toupee rumors, but now it does look like...
Look at... For anyone watching, obviously that one's him.
Oh.
And there's just like a harsh line. There's just like a line where he didn't get his cut faded. And everyone around him, I do feel bad. Everybody around him in this picture has some really nice hair. It's not.
Okay, but so it's been, spoken about before that Pierre doesn't have the thickest hair, and it does look like his hairline is receding. But a few of the comments in that post have been like, did he get like a hair? You know when they get that hair thing and they like...
Oh, yeah, hair transplant.
Yeah.
You go to Turkey, they numb you up.
That word. But everyone's like, did he shave it all off so that he could get a hair transplant? There's a massive spider on my roof, and I'm gonna take care of that.
Then show me.
Okay, I'll show. Wait, but okay. You can't judge my hole in my roof.
That's fine. That's where the spiders live. Oh my! Are you kidding? Oh God, no! I thought it was the other thing.
No, that's the hole. The spider is there.
Okay, yeah, I'll let you take care of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna BRB.
That's fine. I'll speak into the void about Pierre's haircut. But
I will make
I don't know.
My mic, otherwise I will actually scream.
No, that's fine. I think when it comes to hair transplants, I think it's a way more common thing than maybe people realize. Like, I know in the English Premier League, which is the other big sport that I follow, a ton of players get them and like will be called out for when they start to like recede then from the hair transplant. And there's one player, I'm looking him up right now, who I think plays for Liverpool forward. Gosh, what's this guy's name? Mo Salah. He had a hair transplant, and looks really good with it. But I've seen pictures where people, and this is just doing these athletes so dirty, where people will go and like zoom in to the hairlines to compare before and after. And I'm like, just the internet is not the only place where you can exist. Go outside and touch grass. But also, then there's pictures for me to look at and laugh about of all of these poor athletes who are known for their athletic prowess or whatever, who are now getting kind of roasted over their hairlines, which like I think is a really unique to men situation. Because I don't know, women have a whole other boatload of beauty standard considerations that they have to live up to. And I was thinking about how F1 Academy women like just tuck their hair in. Kind of when I was thinking about Jack doing, I was like, just tuck it in, braid it, and put it away. But all these poor guys get like absolutely roasted for getting procedures that make them feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like you're supposed to, it's kind of the same patriarchal perspective of you're supposed to be beautiful without effort that it has been extended to men in terms of a masculine acceptable like what do you call it, beauty standard essentially.
Yeah, I agree.
So like none of us are free from living in a society.
I agree.
Even when it comes to wearing a bandana like Pierre Gasly and making people think that perhaps you got a hair transplant or are gonna get one.
Yeah.
And like if he wants that,
myself.
Yeah, if he wants to do that, I'm all for it. His head's gonna be swollen as all hell. But I mean, have you seen?
No, I don't want to.
You've never? Oh my gosh! So, do you know the Try Guys from BuzzFeed?
No.
It's a really American thing. One of the guys, he did a hair transplant and like did the whole process. Like they made a video out of it, and their heads get like swollen like a light bulb. And it's like when you get a really bad sunburn and you get really swollen, you can poke it and it just like stays there. Yeah, and so these guys get so swollen and they have these wraps on their heads and then their new and old hair follicles like scab over. It's like a whole process. I guess I know more about it than I thought I did. But I don't actually know that much, do I?
You know a lot more than me. Yeah, wow, okay.
So, anyways.
What a crazy procedure. Okay.
Yeah, I'm all for if Pierre Gasly wants to get a hair transplant, I get it.
He
also has to compete with a lot of really incredible hairlines that are just blessed by God, I guess.
You have Charles and Carlos right there. And Alonso. He's doing well too. He's, receding a little bit, but it's thick.
Yeah. Esteban Ocon has a good hairline. Lance Stroll has so much hair. I feel like Lance Stroll,
he does.
Talking about haircuts. His haircut, I saw somebody describe it. Gosh, I wish I remembered the user. Saw someone describe it as if it's hiding a better haircut underneath it. And that's so true. I think he could benefit from going a little tighter on the sides and just being a little more organized about it. But I do think it's very Nepo baby of him. And you guys know I'm a Lance Stroll truther to just not care about his appearance because he just has never had to. So I don't know. But yeah, I do. Maybe it is hiding another better haircut underneath.
That's all I'm going to be able to see now.
Yeah.
Actually, you know who else had a good head of hair? Mick. Well, I mean, he does have a good head of hair. But Mick.
Well, and Michael has had, like, in pictures of his adulthood, had really good hair for a really long time. I mean, who has other bad hairlines? I fear we're talking about all of them right now. But, like, of the older drivers, what? Valtteri has a good hairline. Lewis is beautiful.
Even Rosberg and Button are doing well. You see them pop up
and Kevin and Nico.
Yeah.
For being blondes, which grow up, get brown hair. But like they have really, really good hairlines and really thick hair from what I've seen.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it's just like a bad hand of genetics sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I don't want to talk about Pierre's hair anymore. It makes me uncomfortable.
Okay, we'll move on. Okay, no, we'll end on a high.
That's all I can say.
We're ending on a high. We're ending on Liam Lawson got rid of the Surf's Up slick back penguin hair. And it's a TikTok by user Speed and Styled, all one word. I'm gonna play it for you because everyone's saying he looks. Hold on, let me zoom in. He looks just like a young Jensen Button, maybe with like a different. Well, I mean, obviously they're not the same person.
He does.
But it looks really good. Hold on, I didn't see the second picture.
Oh,
who is that? I don't know that
He got
man.
a little goatee going on.
I know. I'm not mad at it.
I hate the goatee, but I like the haircut. It looks like he's put like a bit of a tone through it. It kind of looks a bit warmer than what it was at the end of last season.
Oh no. Okay. Sorry. I was just thinking.
Because last season it looked like white blonde, and here it looks like kind of warm.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, maybe he had a little bit of a frosted tip moment. And went for something that's a little bit truer to his natural hair color. Because I'm looking at this picture of when he was in for Danny.
Yeah.
Where like the contrast is higher.
Yeah.
And also I just want to mention we never said his full government name. Jensen was the first driver to press the DRS button. The Gears and Glory group chat has been cycling through that one a bit lately.
Best joke ever. Best joke ever.
Yeah. Truly. Yeah, I see what you're saying. It's like it's still a bit frosted, but it's way truer to like his natural color.
Actually, you know what? The pose, the hair is very Jensen. It's very like 2000s Jensen. However, his face is really giving this one photo of Kimmy.
Oh, really? Oh my gosh, I feel like he looks like if you mix Jensen Button and Kimi Räikkönen.
Like a little bit. This isn't the photo that I was thinking of, but like I'm specifically thinking of one of Kimmy in the garage. See,
you know what? I think
Jensen
I see
and Kimmy had a baby, it would be Liam.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm picking up what you're putting down. Also, Kimi Räikkönen. I think Kimi Räikkönen is such a freaking good-looking guy.
Sorry, young Kimi Räikkönen? Hello?
You could point to most F1 drivers, and I'd be like, I think that he's such a handsome guy.
Mark Webber?
Mark Webber? Wait, so my favorite thing about when Carlos was at McLaren was the videos that he did with Lando, and those are because we get Maria Carey.
Maria Carey.
I love that. And then it's not, I guess Lando's actually really funny. I shouldn't say actually.
Lando
Sorry.
is funny. Have you seen his streams?
He is
funny.
Wait, did you see the Oscar Hilton commercial where he pulls up a little Speedo and is like, all right. McLaren is out here for the gigs, for the giggles.
They are hilarious. I saw this video of Lando, his most recent stream with Max, his friend, his bestie, and apparently this fan got on the stream, and then Lando and the fan were just like bullying Max like together.
Oh my god!
But I didn't really watch it. It was a very long clip, and I didn't really watch it. But yeah, they're funny. They're funny.
Yeah, Lando's like funny because that's how we got Mark Webber.
Yeah.
Also, so I'm like, dang, I have Lando Norris to thank for that.
Mark Webber. See, I can't say it because it's just I can't say it the way that Lando says it.
Well, no, I know, and
because
there's like only a handful. I know. I know it's literally just how you say it. There's a handful of phrases I can say in an Australian accent, and that's Mark Webber, the gender, the word gender.
See, that's funny because the only thing I can say with an American accent is water. That's like the only thing that I can say.
Oh God, I love that. No, I need to get better. I wish there was Duolingo for Australian.
We can make one. Liv and I will make one, and you can make an American one.
Oh my God, yeah. Okay, wait. And the pod should know because I told the group chat. I had a dream months ago that I could do an Australian accent perfectly. And it was a few months into when we all, like, it was a few months into the season. Like, we were getting close to the end of the season when I was like, my confidence, my dream confidence was 100%. But then I did it. I was like, wow.
We were proud of you.
Of dream me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Of the me that lives in my head. That's very kind.
We're proud of
anyway.
everything that you manifest.
Oh, thanks. Well, sending good energy. I guess that's all we really have for this episode. Just haircuts and and opinions.
Haircuts, opinions, and a little bit of accents. And a spider.
Yeah. And a spider.
I kind of lost, by the way. I hit it with my shoe, and then it kind of like fell off the roof, and it was hanging on its web, and then I like kind of tried to squish it again. And I don't know if I squished it or if it just fell, but I think it's sitting, whether dead or alive, I think it's sitting at the top of my blinds. So that's where it lives now. Dead or alive.
Well, hope you don't see it again later.
Yeah, well, there was also a spider in my car the other day, and it crawled on my steering wheel. It went down my steering wheel, and I went, and I smacked it like that. And then it...
With your hand?
What else was I going to smack it with? I was driving.
I guess that's true.
And it fell really onto the floor, and I was like, oh shit, it's gone. Pulled over, moved my chair, everything, like couldn't find anything, and I was like, okay. Cool.
Great.
It's like this tiny, like little, like garden, like house spider. And I was like, cool, nice black. My whole interior is black. I was like, I'm never finding it.
No. I'm done.
Anyway,
I'm getting a new car.
2 days later, it crawls like down my windshield, inside the car, down my windshield, and then I was like, oh, you motherfucker. Still driving 80 k's an hour, and I just like whack the window to try and squish it, because like, what else am I going to hit it with? Drops onto my dash in front of my steering wheel, and then he's like, crawling towards me.
No!
I like smashed the dash, killed it. Thank God. Now I can stop stressing.
Ew! I feel like I have to go off my hands.
Yeah, it was bad. I got home and I was like,
yeah, no.
But yeah, welcome to Australia.
Yeah, that's why I could never live there.
They're not big, so it's fine. Like,
but some of them are. I've seen pictures of
we actually have a huntsman in the lounge room. They're literally so gentle. They're fine. But we literally have a huntsman in the lounge room, and it only has 6 legs instead of 8. So my sister said we can't kill it because it only has 6 legs. She feels bad.
I need to take a lap. I can't. No. So, anyways.
Well, what a note to end on.
Yeah, spiders and haircuts, oh my.
Well, we had 3 Aussies. Oh, 2 Aussies and an adopted Aussie that we covered in this episode. So, totally fitting.
It's relevant. Well, all right. That's what we have for you today. Stay tuned. I know I keep talking about these interviews that we're having, but we're actually getting some of them scheduled coming up soon.
Yeah.
So if any people that we're interviewing are listening,
yeah,
I will be emailing you.
TB confirmed.
All right, everybody. All right. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.